So, Emma, what is the plan? You say you want to spark a national movement. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to actually make it happen.
We're going to be doing a march on Washington where we get students all over the country are going to be joining us.
Everyone in the world knows about this.
About March 24th.
It's about March 24th.
Welcome to the Loeb and Loeb Conference Center.
I never was on a conference call before all of this. And I was like, who's speaking? Like, who am I talking to? I can't recognize voice from voice.
You're never not working, are you?
No.
We were up until like midnight every night.
The people who were skeptical, they said, oh, there's no way these kids got that city permit and built that stage. You're completely right. I did not build the stage. I just had to sit on 2-hour conference calls discussing those things where I wanted to tear all of my hair out. What had started in that little bedroom was now so much bigger than us. It was like the world was a video game, and we knew the codes.
I mean, I'm so blown away. You spoke about so many important things that are critical for getting from that stage of experience and trauma to organizing and creating action around it. That's advocacy and healing. You know, I find a lot of therapy in doing this kind of work. But how did you go from organizing Florida and being in Florida politics to then really kind of branching it out around the country and really ultimately around the world?
Mm-hmm, definitely. I think, the realization that we knew we had to involve voices that, experience gun violence on an everyday basis, primarily members of the Black and Brown communities all around the country. We realized that fairly quickly. And so in preparation for the march, we started connecting with young, organizers and activists all around the country, and really doing research into, youth-led groups that have been doing this work for a long time, because we weren't going to, say, oh, we, started the gun violence prevention movement, because that's not what we did. We, just wanted to enter into a space that's already been cultivated.
Can you speak a little bit about, you started this off in the very beginning, having that initial conversation, and then all along the way doing your travels, you were going and registering people to vote, tens of thousands of people. We're in an election year. It's really critical, I think, that we give that information to people, because sometimes voting is the first step that people take towards advocacy and action.
We do have the power to, sway elections. So it's imperative that young people register, especially if your state is still allowing that. It's imperative that you go early vote or vote on election day, and make sure that your friends are also doing that, because it's up to all of us involved, being involved in our communities and our friend groups and our families, to make sure everyone else is also on board.